All right, Manus 80 here, giving you, and I'm late, a top five figures of January. Yes, yes, I know, late as usual, but I'm going to hopefully get you the February one in a timely manner. Just busy, took the holidays off, so a lot of these figures, actually all of these figures, obviously, were purchased in January. That doesn't necessarily mean they came out in January of this year, but I picked them up and I made a top five list. Some of them in front of me, some of them not. I'm on recording on a platform where I have a couple toys set up, a ton of toys set up that I like. But before we move on to that top five list, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. One of them you'll understand, the other you'll think I'm smoking crack. So, honorable mention number one would be the Mezco Captain Nemo figure. This figure is fantastic. However, the problem with Mezco, at least with me, you can't really pose them around and just be all crazy with them because a lot of us in the back of our minds want to preserve the cloth goods, the soft goods rather, and not do too much damage to the figure. Nemo here, though, does have a very soft material, so leaving him in one position isn't really going to damage it, say, as like a pleather material. But he does come with alternate head, portrait, one alternate portrait, hands, tons of weapons, all that stuff. Honorable mention number one. Number two, this is the one you're going to think I am crazy, but it's going to be the Star Wars Black Series Jyn Erso. I mean, let me put her here. We're going to put the original up. Let's get, oops, I just knocked a bunch of figures down. Let's get focus on her. Come on, focus on her. We'll do that, and then we'll get, I mean, look how much better this is. It just shows the technology of that face tech. I always say the name wrong. Real scan, whatever it is, this is Felicity Jones. The sculpt was always there. The paint was never there a few short years ago in the Star Wars Black Series line. This, I think, looks fantastic, and suckers like me and other hardcore Star Wars people happily rebought this figure despite her being one of the biggest peg warmers in the line's history. This is a much better figure. I almost want another one so I can do the Edao head swap. I'm not sure if it's the same head sculpt. It might be, it might not be, whatever. This is fantastic. More expensive than when you bought it, however, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? All right, let's get talking. Ooh, the big mess back there. All right, you know what? Let's just do one more honorable mention, and it's going to be the Viper. Yeah, some of you may be saying I'm crazy, but this is a good figure, true to the original. Color's outrageous. But yeah, I mean, it's in there. This would be number 6 out of 5, with Jyn and Nemo coming in right behind this one. But this is a fantastic figure. Army builders everywhere are buying them up at your Targets, your Walgreens, your Walmarts. A lot of people got theirs from Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, all that stuff. This is a common figure. This is an exclusive to anywhere. So unlike the other G.I. Joes that were army builders and drove us insane, this should be easy to find eventually. It's still a new item. So again, people are seeing them on the shelves and buying them all. I believe the case assortment is 1 Gung Ho, 3 Vipers, 4 bats. So another army builder with a gung ho clogging the shell. So basically, if you go to a Target and you see a lone gung ho, that means somebody came in and swooped up these army builders. Fantastic, fantastic figure. Which brings me to, gosh, number 5. I didn't think this through. All right, number 5. Let's do this. Number 5 is going to be, forgive me, there's a dog barking, which is weird. Nobody here owns dogs. Here we go. Number 5 is Sir Gerard from the Mythic Legions line. Let me move Donnie out of the way. This is a fantastic figure, and this isn't the original head it came with. So we'll do that. I don't feel like swapping heads. This is kind of like just the top video. This is an in-depth review. Fantastic figure. This is on reasonable, parts. This head is from Scapular, I believe. So we've gotten that head before. However, that figure had skeletal arms and legs. This is like a knight body with this. Boom, we've had this head before as well. This is a fantastic figure. So this was a Legions Con, I believe, exclusive, done by one of the designers over there whose name is Gerard. And yeah, I'm trying to think. So he was packed in his head in an exclusive box, and they said, don't worry, you'll be able to get, a version, another opportunity in standard packaging. So it came packed like this, and the factory made a mistake and included the exclusive head anyway. Win for those of us who didn't want to pay the ridiculous amount of shipping that they were charging for that original release, or for those of us who couldn't even make it to that convention. This looks fantastic. I prefer it this way. I think this looks awesome. Cool scimitars, all that stuff. Fantastic, fantastic figure. I think Mythic Legions is the most photogenic action figure line out there, beating out anything Hasbro or NECA has to offer, among other toy companies. Fight me. Look at 1/6 Shooter. Dude's fantastic. There's some other ones. See Mariskull on Instagram. Like, just their Mythic Legion shots are nuts. Love it. Love it. Love this. All right, that was number 5. Number 4, I'm already cheating. This is my first top list that I'm doing for the whole year. But this was a 2-pack. What am I supposed to do? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Power Rangers, or Power Rangers X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Lightning Collection, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, excuse me. Raphael is the Red Ranger. Raphael and Tommy, the original Green Ranger, as a foot soldier, is another pack. And the other pack is Michelangelo and April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger, Mike being yellow. April, if you don't put her April O'Neil head on there, is just like a standard Pink Ranger. I don't think anything else is different from any of the other Pink Rangers you may have in your collection. I feel like the Pink Ranger, for whatever reason, has been released a ton. Pardon that noise in the background. I'm tossing stuff to bring you another version of Pink in this 2-pack, which her head's not going to be on there. This is a Zeo Pink for the character Kat when she was Zeo Pink and Mighty Morphin Pink. So that's an example of another release. Plus the cel-shaded version that's coming. There's the sparkly clear pink one. Too many Pink Rangers, so I'm going to probably keep that April O'Neil head. However, with these turtles, I don't think they look as good with their turtle heads. I'm not going to put them on here. I lied to you. I'm going to put them on here. Give me them right. Here they are. I wanted to do these with minimal editing, but it is what it is. I got to show you this other version of these characters. I don't think they look as cool as the helmeted version. The helmeted versions, there's just a menacing, they got these cool red eyes, and I just think it looks cooler. Look at Donnie. And the heads kind of seem too small, but I understand the bulkiness of the turtles, the shell, and all that. Fantastic figures. These are much better in hand than I anticipated them to be. I know they were cool because, God, I love Ninja Turtles, and I like Power Rangers, but I think the Power Rangers, I love the Hasbro Power Ranger action figures. So it's a win-win here, man, and I highly recommend getting these. This is number 4. Move these off to the side. Number 3. All right, number 3 is the G.I. Joe Bat. This is the other army builder currently being shipped around right now. Fantastic piece, man, and just the variety you can do. You can switch any of these hands out with these extra hand accessories, such as the claw, this laser beam, and this flamethrower, or this is, I don't know, whatever your imagination comes with this pistol, which I don't have all the way in the holster. There we go. Comes with, you can have them walking around just like that. You can have them walking around with the battle damage. You can have them walking around with the no battle damage, plus an alternate head. This isn't the one he came with in package, but let me get you a good look real quick. Battle damage, obviously, with, its lens exposed. The skeletal head, cybernetic head exposed. We'll get the regular head on. Boom. This is our number 3 figure of the month. Fantastic, man. And its articulation is nuts. It is such a good figure. And I would say this is the more popular of the two. Also being bought up in droves. So if you see a lone gung-ho, you've missed out. Fortunately, your online retailers should have your back for a little, some shipping money. Or if you order enough, hopefully you can get some free shipping out of them. I got my 2 on Hasbro Pulse, same with the Viper. Haven't seen any in stores myself, but I definitely have some on pre-order from other vendors, online vendors who have yet to deliver. All right, number 2. This is the only figure in this video that was reviewed on the channel, and that is NECA's TMNT X Universal Monsters. That's it. That's right, Raphael. So we got 3 of the 4 Ninja Turtles, despite Mikey being the best of these 3. Whatever. We got Raph as Frankenstein. Check out my video Title card's going to be posted there. If you are watching on PC, if you're watching on your gaming consoles, just look it up, please. This is a fantastically sculpted figure. Its shelf presence is through the roof. It is insane. Articulation, not so much, but he is a monster. Oh man, this is so good. Look at this. Unreal, man. Unreal that we got this. This is a fantastic figure. Again, check out my video on the channel. And number 1 is the Lim Toys RPD officer. You know, it's Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. So this is fantastic. You may disagree with me and think this is my list. Keep in mind, you may think a couple of the other figures were better, but this, as a huge Resident Evil fan, man, and someone who is hungry for Resident Evil figures, NECA put out a fantastic line. However, there was some, you know, given that it came out in the early 2000s, there was some, you know, like pre-sculpted arms, excuse me, camera, and just a lot of, I wouldn't say corners cut, it's just kind of how the market was back then, you know, pre-posed limbs and stuff like that. Not about it. I would kill for a modern company. Specifically, I would love Hasbro, because I think Resident Evil would look good in a cartoony aesthetic, especially given how amazing the zombie Captain America was from the What If Marvel Legends line. Cartoony looking, scary looking zombies. You know, have it look kind of Marvel vs. Capcom is what I'm getting at. I would prefer. However, I wouldn't mind if NECA took another stab at some Resident Evil figures. Companies like Mezco and all that stuff, no, because even though this is a Mezco-like figure, they're not. When it's an expensive soft goods figure or expensive import like SHF, Mafex, you're not going to get the nitty-gritty. Into the nitty-gritty, you're not going to get multiple different types of zombies or B or C tier characters. In a normal, you know, mass market action figure line, you have a better chance of getting like all of the stars, officers, and, you know, side characters like that. I would personally love that. Lim Toys, though, let's focus back on what's in front of us. This is a fantastic Leon Kennedy figure. He comes with 2 portraits, tons of weapons if you got the S version. I highly recommend checking out Robo of the Fuchsia's video for a detailed review and an overview of all that stuff. This is a fantastic figure. I love it. I'm happy to have it in my collection. This is from a third-party company. Forgive me, I'm just going to assume they're a Chinese company, but forgive me if they're not. I shouldn't make assumptions anyway, but man, these third-party companies are killing it. There's a lot of good stuff coming from third-party companies right now. All right, that is it. Let's get everybody here. All right, that is it. Thanks for turning in what I hope is to be a monthly segment on the channel. I will get February's top 5 out in February. I got a ton of good figures already, and we're only 9 days in. Yeah, thanks so much. Please check out my other videos on the channel, like, comment, subscribe, all of that goodness, and I'll see you in the next one.